for him to say that, I think that's really high praise. I've got a lot of respect for him. So to hear that, that's really cool. I think that decision is kind of out of my pay grade.
You guys are hot
to make. He's obviously a very talented special player. He's had so much success in the league over, countless years. So I'm excited to watch him wherever he goes.
Well, that is the Chargers QB, Justin Herbert, talking about now free agent DeAndre Hopkins. Manuch already is on record thinking the Chargers might be a player as far as Hopkins is concerned, but so far nothing has materialized. And with that, we say good afternoon to Kyle Vandenbosch, former Cardinal, Titan, and Lions defensive end. He joins us, Rockin' Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Kyle, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Welcome as always, pal. What do you think? I'll just start then with the DeAndre Hopkins issue. With what they did there, do you have a feeling where he may end up?
I really don't. You got to think there's two big factors. One, by all indication, part of the reason the Cardinals couldn't find a trade partner was DeAndre Hopkins' contract demands. So that's one part of it. I'm assuming he's probably at this point asking for more than what teams are willing to give up. But secondly, you could see last year on the in-season Hard Knocks and some of his conversations. Look, he's extremely concerned about his legacy. And so he, to cement his legacy, to become a Hall of Famer as he aspires to do, I'm sure he would like to go to a successful, talented franchise, a franchise that has a talented roster and gives him the best opportunity to try to win a Super Bowl or two before his career is over.
And I think, Kyle, that's probably the main point right there. As you get to 31 years old, you should have enough money, especially the kind of contracts that D-Hop had, to last you, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 lifetimes. At this point, it's got to be all about the ring. And I think about you, and you moved on from the Cardinals to the Titans and then to Detroit. I was happy for him. Like, now you had a chance to move on to the Titans and have that opportunity, even though you weren't long in the tooth like one DeAndre Hopkins is. But at this point, you can work towards something and have hope and know that light at the end of the tunnel is not a train coming at you versus light to get you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you get the feeling that he's not the type of player to take a vet minimum just to chase a title either. It's not necessarily about how much money is in the contract or how much it will add to his bank account. Part of it, wide receivers to a large degree, many of them are just divas, and what your contract looks like is a status symbol. It's, if you do take, less than your market value or what you perceive your market value to be, then it's a signal to people that, teams don't value you around the league like you think you should be valued. So, look, everybody makes decisions for different reasons, but you could hear in his conversations and hear in his voice how people view him is important to him. And, a player of his talent, a player of his potential to completely change your offense, completely change how defenses play you think that teams would be just lining up to get a chance to add them to their roster, but it's not that simple. Like you said, there's the age factor. If I'm a GM, which I'm far from qualified from ever being, it's been reported, and I don't know all the factors that went into it, but that he just bowed out of the last 2 games because the season was over and he didn't see it as anything to gain. But if I'm a GM, it's a hard sell to the rest of my roster that I'm bringing in a talented player that can help us, but if things go bad, he's probably going to quit on the team. And so, there's a lot of factors. It's not just a matter of him picking wherever he wants to go. A team has to be fairly certain that if we get this player, he's going to go out there and play for us, whether we go 15-2 or whether we go 2-15, and he's going to go out there and earn the paycheck that we're writing.
Kyle Vandenbosch is our guest as we continue to broadcast live from the Barrio Queen. Desert Ridge Mall is where we are located. A great place because it is Taco Tuesday. It is also El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. All right, here's where I want to go now. There were a lot of different players in different positions during the OTAs. What does that tell you as a former player? Are they searching or are they just experimenting?
It's a little of both. Searching, experimenting, and preparing. Look, today's NFL, it's difficult to just say this is our base defense. We're going to run this defense every play and make the offense beat us. It's not like the NFL used to be, where offenses varied, but to a large degree had similar concepts. Like every offense is so different. So I think one, they want to put the players in the right position to help this team. They want to let players find a place that they're comfortable so that they can go out there and execute and they can play fast and they're not out there thinking. Secondly, it's about adjustments. It's about adjustments from week to week. Hey, can we move this guy to this position because it will help us against this look or against this route combination or against this elite player? Or even in-game adjustments. Like, we're really struggling covering this team. They go a lot of empty 5 wide receivers. Who do we have on our roster that has shown at some point, either in the summer or training camp, that they could cover a 5th receiver on the football field? I think that's a lot of it. I think, it's a new staff. They're not completely familiar with all the players. And by all indication, they're not married to a certain scheme or a certain system. They want to maximize the talent they have. And for example, on defense, if we've got 5 linebackers that are in our top 11 most talented impact players, we've got to find a way to get those 5 linebackers on the field, because we don't want impact players. We don't want our more talented players sitting on the bench just because we only play 3 linebackers at a time.
It's interesting you bring that up, because every interview I've seen with Zaven Collins, who now looks to be at least at this point in time, Kyle, the left defensive end, it's like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll check this thing out. Versus, you know what? I can't wait. I'm excited. I want to be a part of this 4th-down lineman, or if they have me up, blah blah blah. I just haven't quite heard that buy-in yet, and I don't know if you have or not. But I'd like to hear a little more buy-in. I think a lot of Cardinal fans would like to see that talent utilized too. Is this tough for a guy to transition from a middle linebacker or just any position to a completely different scheme and schematic on a front line situation?
It is tough. It is tough. Now,
3 minutes.
David Collins has probably been playing stand-up inside linebacker for 10, 12 years of his life.
Sure.
And to just kind of crumple up the playbook and all the techniques you've learned and toss them out and start something new at this stage of his life, it can be a little scary. But he's got all of the physical tools. He's right now over 260 pounds, which is bigger than I played at defensive end. He's got the speed, he's got the strength, and you've got to think that at some point, he's got to feel like a big weight has been lifted off of his shoulders. When you're an inside linebacker, you've got to make checks based on formations, based on personnel. You've got to worry about, hey, if this guy goes in motion across the field, I got to drop to this zone. If we've got to, I got to play man coverage on a running back.
2 minutes.
If he's playing defensive end, it's so much simpler. Your job is basically, not to oversimplify, but 9 times out of 10, it's beat the guy in front of me. It's man versus man.
Sure.
And can I win and can I execute and get my job done? So maybe they're taking enough off of his plate. He doesn't have to think. He doesn't have to make their checks. And you got to think that that's why Kaiser White was a free agent priority, because he's been in this system. He's worked with some of the members of this staff, and he knows the language. He knows the checks. And so you free up Zaven Collins to use his elite athletic ability, put him on the edge, and quite frankly, it's a need for this team. And that's one of the things Jonathan Gannon came in, is team first. We want team guys. And that, with half of your sacks walking out the door between Zach Allen and J.J. Watt, they need somebody. They need to, unless they want to blitz.
1 minute.
They need to find some guys that can win one-on-one.
It's always great, man, when you take time for us. We always appreciate you, Kyle. You have a great day.
Thanks, guys. You too.
There you go. Kyle Vandenbosch. He's driven by All City Towing, and they are continuing to grow with new vehicles, a large fleet, and they need you. If you're looking for a new gig, well, check it out. Just go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. allcitytowing.com. Search careers. They are looking for immediate full-time positions. They have incredible benefits, medical, dental, disability. They also offer up insurance plans and including a 401k with a 50% match option. Where do you find this? At allcitytowing.com. Once again, just go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. A quick reminder as well, we will indeed give away a customized cornhole board set. That's right, from your cool broadcasters. That's Rockin' Minoots with Jimmy B along with Spence and Jax. Yes, we do have this for you right now. Just text RIGHT. Yeah, baby. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. And we'll have more details on the website at rockinminoots.com. It's all driven, of course, by Wright Toyota. As we make this offer for you, we gave away a 70-plus inch television set doing that contest. We are back with this one, worth over $600, this cornhole set. Thank you to Wright Toyota for this. Once again, just text RIGHT to 55678. All right, when we come back, on this day, as we continue to broadcast live from the Barrio Queen right here in Desert Ridge.